So right here, God, I hate this part. What's going on, guys? Graydon from Bavarian Autoclinic here. Got my boy Anthony right here helping us out today. We're gonna be working on these two E31 850Is here, both in Brilliant Red, both 1991s. We will be taking the transmission from this one and all the manual swap stuff, putting it onto this one, and we'll be taking the exhaust from this one and putting it onto this one with brand new Schmeidman stainless headers. Ooh. So yeah, this is gonna be a long one, so stick around. We're gonna have some fun noises at the end. It's gonna be a good time.
Heck yeah.
So we're gonna be starting here. Originally, this engine had smoked a cam. So we ended up stealing a cam from that engine right over there. I swapped over the camshaft, the rocker arms, the buckets, the hydraulic lifters. So everything is good on this side now. Now we're just putting the timing back together. We'll retime it, make sure the tensioner is correctly set, and then we'll put the timing cover back on and put the valve covers back on. Then we'll be ready to start dropping the transmission. So, game plan. Okay, so basically what this Joe Blow over here is doing is that he's taking all the clutch lines and all the manual swap stuff. He'll be swapping over the pedal box and stuff like that, just so we can use it in that car, because that car is automatic. All the slave cylinder lines, the master cylinder lines, everything. We have a brand new master cylinder, we have a brand new slave cylinder. All that sort of thing, and then pedals and the shifter assembly will all be swapped over in the sides. That's what this guy's doing right now.
Yeah. I'm actually just struggling right now, but you know how it goes.
I know, dude. So right now the next step is we're going to be installing the upper outer timing cover here. I just installed the timing chain tensioner, torqued it down. About 40 Newton meters is the torque for that guy. But we need to adjust the slack here in the timing chain tensioner. It needs to be 5 millimeters plus or minus 0.5 millimeters. So we're going to measure what it's at real quick here using a micrometer. Okay, push it all the way out. Measure right. We just need to measure from a known point to a known point. So there is 26 millimeters right there. And then if I push it in, it goes down to 22.4 millimeters. So that's going to be 3.5 millimeters. That's 3.5. Am I tripping? Okay, I'm not tripping. So we need to loosen the timing chain a little bit. So ideally, I'd like to get it smack dab right at 5 millimeters. That would be perfect. So we're gonna back it off a little bit and then measure it again. Okay, we let it out a little bit. Let's see what the difference is now. Make sure it's all the way out. Yeah, so we're about 26 millimeters. And then if I'm gonna go ahead and push it in, now we're at 19 millimeters. 19.9, pretty much 20 millimeters. So now we're at 6 millimeters. So we're gonna screw it in a little bit more and measure again. So there's my 26 millimeters. And if I push it in, that's 4.5 millimeters there. I say is good. We'll maybe turn it a little bit looser, just so it's not at the limit. Just a little bit. And then we're going to tighten this nut right here. Make sure this stud doesn't move. So as we're tightening this, we're gonna hold this stud so the timing chain tensioner is secured in place. So it has that correct slack, and we'll keep it that way. It won't adjust itself. Okay. That's not going anywhere. Normally there's paper gaskets here, but this is more of a, like a, you do this once and then it theoretically shouldn't leak. My first time using this, so we'll see if that actually pans out. Whatever, this is an experiment, see if it works. If it don't, I'm gonna start having to remanufacture the one timing cover gasket that is not manufactured anymore. It's either this one or this one. This little piece right here is not made anymore. The rest of them you can get, but I could not get them in time to shoot this video. That is why we are improvising and using this, which I've seen and heard has good results, but time will tell. Time will tell. The paper gets hard over time and then starts leaking, so this will never get hard. It theoretically should never leak. But, like I said, this is an experiment, so we will find out. Okay, time to paint the engine. You can play the circus anthem while we're doing this. Wait a minute, is this right? That's on there. Okay, once you remove this master, you can pull this the brake light switch out. You remove this stud attaching the plunger from the booster down here. And then you can pull the, where the brake pedal attaches to this stud that's moving around, that it's attached to the firewall. You need to break that nut loose, unscrew the stud, and then that'll disconnect it from the brake pedal. And then you'll be able to pull the brake pedal out, and then you'll have room for the master. No. Cut! Okay, so we're just gonna double check the timing here. I have timed the motor correctly. Yeah, so how you know it's in time is you basically have this part of the cam slot into the tool, and the tool needs to rest on the cylinder head with no gap in between. So that's good on that cam. And flip it around for this cam, that is right in line too. So it doesn't move or anything like that. The crank is in top dead center. So we're gonna go ahead, spin it around a couple times. We'll recheck it and make sure it stays in time. We'll also probably tighten these 3 other bolts here. Oh my, there we go, that one's tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. Okay, that's lined up, so we'll slot the tool on once more, and if it goes on, no problems. Yeah, that's in time because it slots in. There's no gap here, no nothing. That's in time, perfect. So pop it off. Okay, so we'll throw the rest of the bolts in for the timing cover here. Then we'll put the valve covers on after that. That's not right. It's this one. That's what that one is. Goes here. What's up, baby? Oh.
Hold up.
snug like a bug in a rug. Yeah, not really. Cool. Yeah, this is, well, yeah, this used to be a cork gasket. The brand new one is right over there on that box. New pliable cork, and this is, you know, 30-year-old cork. This is what happens when cork is such a dumb choice for a gasket because it absorbs oil over time and then becomes this. So you will be replacing it, guaranteed. Okay, so next thing we're finishing up here is I'm putting this lower oil pan back on. We have a new cork gasket. As you can see, I cleaned up some of the bolts here. We'll be cleaning up the rest of this pan. Gotta torque these guys all down. I believe it is 10 Newton meters. And obviously you want to go in a crisscross pattern to set that cork gasket properly and then reconnect this oil level sensor here. Yeah, once we do that, we'll drop it back down and put the valve covers on.
Very good. Very good.
That's all of them. Ain't going nowhere. Wow, look at that. Look at that goop. I planned for that. I'm agitating the surface.
So while, oh, that's fun. So while Mr. Graydon over here is doing his thing, I have been taking the brakes off of this guy because we're actually going to transition these over to his personal car. Separate project from what the rest of the video is going to be about, but just thought it might be something fun to put in there. Yeah, as you can see, the pads here for the front are a bit ridiculous. Got the calipers and everything taken off here too, and I've just got one corner of the car left. We're taking out stainless steel brake lines, and then we're doing the entire set of brakes from this car is going to go onto this guy once it's all ready to go. All right, we're going to get in here so we're going to remove this line.
Okay, so I'm removing this line right here if you want to take a peek. That's where this clutch line that goes to the slave cylinder right here is. Connects to this little outlet right here, which connects straight to the clutch master cylinder. So we just unscrewed that to get this little holder from the line off. Pull this bad boy out. Clean it up. Throw it in the other car. So what we got going on here is we have these updated banjo bolts for the oil sprayer bar, and they do have holes drilled in them so safety wire can be put through, so even if they somehow do come loose again, they're not going to go anywhere due to the safety wire. So we're just wiring up all 8 of those bolts so this engine does not smoke a cam ever again.
I just got a pedal out from under here, you know. Real fun. I've been stuck, 180 degrees for the last little while, in front of a seat that doesn't move. You know, wonderful time. I have the rag there just in case any drippy drop comes from where I pulled the cylinder from. So yeah, it's been a very fun time. Next, I have to go inside the engine bay because there's no engine in it. You know, casual. And then I have to pull out a little grommet that the cylinder was sitting in before, and then we should be good.
Alrighty, so all these banjo bolts are now safety wired. So we're gonna go ahead and put a little dabs of RTV where the outer upper timing cover bolts to the inner upper timing cover on both slots here. There's a slot right there, and then on the back, of the cylinder head as well. There's a couple slits. So we just want to take a little bit of... Oh my goodness. There we go. Just going to take a little RTV. Throw that on there. It's enough for both of these. Just need a little bit. Right here, too. Cool. And do the same thing on the other side. Alrighty. So, take the valve cover gasket here. We'll have to push it around the sleeves where the bolts go into. And there's a little lip here that you want to slot the edge of the valve cover into, so it'll make the proper seal. You just want to go around the entire valve cover. Make sure everything slots where it needs to go, or else it will not seal properly. It's got this little part of the seal. Slides over that edge of the valve cover right there. Okay, let's go put this on. Make sure everything's good around here. Yep. Now we can put all the nuts and bolts on. These 4 bolts need to go, so we can disconnect this from the hanger.
Okay.
Go get a 6-point. Don't use the universal. Go get a 6-point. We're in school here, ladies and gentlemen.
Love it.
Come out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be your job.
Okay.
Give me this. Give me my socket. Give me my socket. You. What are you laughing about?
I'm holding nuts, bro. I'm the nut man.
The last part is these 4 13mm nuts right here, and those we'll take the hangers down, and then we'll pull the rest of these. This whole system. No, you're the jack.
Okay. Okay, once. There we go. Cool.
Come back.
Okay.
Set it down.
It's way lighter than I expected.
The other one I don't think had cats. Yeah. So this is all just pipe.
Wow.
We'll put one of those on, and then mufflers.
So it's gonna be loud.
It's gonna be straight piped.
My boy. My boy. Straight pipe is very good.
No. Because the Dynan mufflers are just empty on the inside. They're not mufflers.
Okay.
They literally took the factory mufflers,
Okay.
cut this in half, gutted the stuff inside that muffles the sound. So the sound just bounces around in there and muffles itself out. And it's a straight through. And then they put their own little tips on it.
That's crazy.
The only thing I'm going to change is this piece will get replaced with an X pipe so that it'll cross.
So you're gonna leave it straight pipe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a V12. Who doesn't like a V12?
Okay.
I mean, my neighbors won't, but
Who cares? What are you looking for?
the drive shafts are different.
Well, isn't it because this one's auto and that one's manual?
Well, yes, lengthwise they are different, but there's just a straight U-joint here. There's not a flex disc.
Huh.
All right, so we're gonna be swapping the factory headers out with some aftermarket ones. So we're gonna be removing, this one's broken, but we're gonna be removing these heat shields to get better access on both sides here. So this heat shield and that heat shield, just a bunch of 10mm bolts.
Yeah, I don't think that. Snipped it off or something.
View.
Uh-huh.
No, I would like to preserve this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you can see where they disconnect here.
Yeah.
This side's gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
That side, however,
Yeah, that looks a little jank.
these bad boys, the bottom part of it, because right, they split off into 2 pieces each header. Bottom parts are probably going to come out this way.
Okay.
On both sides, and the top parts can probably come out this way too, but the top parts I think are going to come out up top
On that side.
on this side.
Okay.
Okay, so whatever these are, I think these are going to be 12s. Get out of the frame for a second.
Fine.
Come here. You see that nut right there? These headers are 2-piece headers. So we're going to disconnect the lower piece here, which is this tubular part, via those 2 nuts right there. And then we'll remove both of these, and then we'll take the upper part of the header part off up top. But we're going to do that on both sides. That's our next step here.
Tasty.
Rockets down here.
So maybe
We
need
have to go up top and hold the bolts.
Yeah, I'm at the front one right now.
That's good. If all the studs actually come with the nuts, then we can, instead of having to slide the upper manifolds off the stud, we can just pull them straight up.
Yeah.
So that might be the move here. Alrighty, so we got all the old headers out. The process is that you need to disconnect all the lower parts of the headers, and then you'll be able to access the upper parts of the headers from the engine bay itself. The upper parts of the headers you can pull out from the engine bay here. You can access these 6 12-millimeter nuts, pull them out, and then the headers can come out that way. The new headers here are 1 piece, so they're a little more difficult to install than the old headers. So kind of the method is here, you kind of, on this side at least, you have to put them both in at the same time, or else if you do one by one, they'll end up blocking each other to where they need to go. So right now we're just kind of fitting them in, making sure everything works properly, and then we'll put in the new gaskets and thread in the old studs, bolt them down, and then put the rest of the exhaust back on. So that's where we're at right now. Yeah, so unfortunately we're gonna have to end right there due to the fact that one of the 4 headers that we purchased was manufactured incorrectly, so it does not fit. It actually hits the steering box, and the flange at the end of it that connects to the rest of the exhaust was welded about 110, 120 degrees away from where it should have been. So yeah, that made it a lot more difficult to install because we can't install it. And so we're just going to have to pull the plug on that for today and come back when we have some correct fitting headers. So hopefully next time you guys see this E31, it will actually sound good. We can turn it on. But that's going to be it for this one. We have some cool stuff upcoming. We have a full manual swap kit ready for the car. Just need to take a weekend and put it in. And yeah, and then hopefully we get the correct headers soon. So stick around for more E31 content. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Come on. Thanks to my boy Anthony here for coming up.
Big boy Antoine will be back.
He will be back soon. Yeah,
Promise.
hopefully a regular on the channel. But yeah, appreciate his help. Made this whole thing happen. Made this whole thing go around. So, and to my dear cameraman and employee of the month, Tyler. So that'll be all. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Rewind. Now. Alright. Nope. Okay, folks. Where did my napkin go? I found my napkin. like a squirrel. Really? Who took the napkins?
When you go like,
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, baby?
No.
Oh.
Okay, so come.
okay.